Kyle Klingman with Track Wrestling. Guess who we have? Gable Steveson. He is at the University of Minnesota. He's already placed third at the NCAA championships as a true freshman. How are you, Gable?
Doing good. Appreciate you having me.
Well, pretty cool. Recently, Dan Gable, who you're named after, just received the Presidential Medal of Freedom. What do you think about that?
That's crazy. I mean, congrats to him. I love Dan. I mean, I met him back in the day before, like we talked about before the recording started. Me and Dan just, I mean, I look up to him a lot. He's a great figure for all the wrestlers out there and all the people that know his name on a local basis. But now, I think that Medal of Freedom, was it?
Yeah.
The Medal of Freedom medal is it pushed his name to a new limit now, and he's solidified his greatness. He's already solidified his greatness in wrestling, but now as a people's person too. And so I think having that on him is really great. And having me being named after him too means a lot too. So that some of that caliber is doing great things like that. So I'm proud to have the name Gable. So yeah.
Could have been a record year for attendance, and it was going to be in your backyard with the NCAA championships, and then it got canceled. How'd you deal with that?
Just day by day, to be honest. I mean, when we heard the news, it was upsetting, but to be honest, I think just maintaining my focus. I was planning on going to Olympic trials in April, and that got canceled too. And so, I mean, we just take it day by day, to be honest. I mean, I knew I was gonna go on there this past year and win my national title, but this next year is coming up quick, and I got to do it again. So years go by, things go by, just got to keep training, keep getting better myself. So that's all that matters.
What does this look like for you? You just hear some things that this might be your last year at Minnesota, that you might move on, do something else. What's the landscape for you?
Man, I'm not sure right now. I love Minnesota. I love everything about it here. That's why I came here. I got some of the best coaches out there, some of the best teammates. My family's here. But just whatever happens to me. I think I'm gonna be here for my rest of the time. I think just how things go, but with hopefully COVID gets better and stuff. But I'm just looking forward to the season now. I'm just gonna take it one day at a time, and if new things arise. But for now, I'm here.
But you are focused on the 2021 Olympic team, correct?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
How have you done it so far? You've had some big wins this season, and you lost the matches, but they were, I think, 4-4, 5-5 against Gwiz, and then you won 4-1. How'd you make the adjustments?
Just pushing myself in the wrestling room. I mean, just being able to cope with who I am and find out who I am as a wrestler is the main thing. I think Gwiz he's a phenomenal person and competitor. And like I said in multiple interviews, that his time was coming to an end with me getting into my early 20s and into my prime stage. And so I think right now I haven't fully touched a prime. I think I got a long ways to go to hit that. I'm feeling really good right now. I'm developing myself really well. And I think my wrestling is just getting better day by day with me getting into my early 20s. And so just right now, I think matching my own energy and making sure I can maintain who I am is the key. And so it's going well, but me and Gwiz will wrestle again, and I'll be looking forward to that time again.
Were you looking forward to maybe wrestling Mason Paris at the RTC duels?
Nah, I mean, Mason Paris, he's a good competitor too. He's gonna be in the race with me. But I'm not worried about him. I'm worried about what I had to go down there and do. And I mentioned one match and one match only, and that was the Gwiz match. And so I didn't want nothing else. I just wanted to solidify who I am as the number one. And now you guys have seen that I can be the number one, but Mason will always be there. He'll always be a competitor too. And no diss or disrespect to him. He's one of the top guys too. And I look forward to wrestling him again.
How much has Brock Lesnar helped you?
Oh, Brock, he's helped a lot. He's, someone of that caliber to come in and talk to me as like a regular person is like crazy outstanding. And I think he's done a lot for me. I mean, we take pictures, we talk, he comes into the wrestling room, trains me, like tells me what I got to do to be the best. And I took every word he said and I ran with it, and it's doing really good so far. So I mean, Brock's like an idol to me, and so I mean, having him in my corner is outstanding, like phenomenal. Like I don't even know how to explain this. Crazy.
Jacob Kasper is now training with NXT WWE. Does that appeal to you at all, being WWE?
Yeah, it appeals to me a lot. I mean, Jacob Kasper, he's gonna be next superstar too, and hopefully I can follow in Lesnar's footsteps and create my own path and be a legend in WWE soon. I think my time's coming really, really soon, so I can step on that big stage, and I'm looking forward to them big stage moments. A lot of people that know me know I love the cameras. I mean, I love the hundreds of thousands of people looking at me. I thrive in it. I just love having that appeal to me, and so I think soon it's gonna come, and when that time comes, I'm gonna solidify my next step and be the best in the next thing I do.
Have you always been that way, wanted the spotlight?
Yeah, I don't know. I just ever since I was young, I just liked having the camera on me. I like taking pictures. I used to in middle school, I used to dress up to go to school and act like I would have a camera on me. Like, what would I look like on a camera, even though I didn't have one on me? And so now, like, as I'm getting older and I have buddies that take pictures of me and I put them on Instagram, like, it's all like coming into a reality. And so I like the art of me dressing up, looking nice, going on film, going on camera, and showing like everybody my personality. And so I really like that factor, and like the entertainment side of it. I just like, I don't know, the cameras glaring at me has like never scared me. Like I always come up with some like something to say that brings the attention to the people. And so, I mean, a lot of times when cameras hit me, I say something that'll diss somebody. So like the next upcoming match is a premiere showcase, or I say something that really like forthcoming, and people can look forward to something else in me too. So I think I love the cameras and I love everything else. Like it's weird, but I've always been like that.
After you won your final state championship as a senior in high school, you did a big backflip, and that was pretty amazing. Could you still do that?
Yeah, I still got it in me. I think it's better right now, to be honest. But back then, that backflip, we literally came up with it before the match. The coach came back and he was like, because I pinned that guy the year before in like 10 seconds. And he came back and he was like, what do you want to do for celebration? And I was like, I'm trying to win the match first. And like we are, like in high school, you already know you're gonna win some and stuff like that. So I think he was like, you should do a backflip. It might change the game. And I was like, I thought about it. I did like 5 cartwheels before the match, and I was like, all right, I got it. Then I went out there, pinned him, and I just did it. And like the reaction I got was priceless.
So that was all on the fly. You just made it up on the fly, huh?
It was really like 2 matches before.
When you think about your high school career and how you got so good, I mean, what was the secret to your success and how you got to that level?
I think just being Gable, being athletic, confident, being the person that I've always been my whole life. I really didn't see like the spotlight in wrestling and like what it could bring me, like how it's bringing me things now, like the WWE and UFC and stuff. I really didn't see that back in the day. And so in high school, I just stayed focused and just try to make things fun for myself, because high school can get repetitive too. You're wrestling the same guys. There's a lot of new wrestlers that come into high school, and some matches will be easier than others. But I think at the end of the day, just maintaining my team status and being there for everyone on the team, and having the coaches like love me for who I am. And so I had a great foundation around me, and so it was good at the end of the day.
Tell me about your relationship with your brother Bobby. I think he might be doing some professional wrestling now too. How do you stay in touch with him?
Me and Bobby stay in touch a lot. I mean, that is my brother, of course. And I mean, he went down there to Florida. He's doing his thing, and so I'm not sure where that's going to take him. But right now, he's just living out his life, and he still comes in and lifts with me here and there. So we're still doing good. I mean, he's gonna end up doing good things too. So it'll be cool.
When we talk about your development too, you were wrestling college tournaments in high school. Was that something you just wanted as a challenge?
Yes, it was the best option for me to keep progressing. Like I mentioned, the high school wrestling gets repetitive a lot of times, and so the next step for me was to go wrestle. I think my senior year I wrestled at the Daktronics and I won, and that was probably like the first step for me to keep growing my name and keep growing my brand. And so right now, looking back on that, I'm kind of glad I did all of that, just because it's helped me gain the next step in wrestling freestyle at such a young age and wrestling at the senior level. So I think that was the best decision I could do.
what does the next year or couple months look like as far as just training cycles? You're in really good shape right now. What are you going to keep doing to build upon that?
I'm just gonna keep lifting. Cardio is the main thing always for me. Lifting, cardio is the main thing. Wrestling is very important, but at the end of the day, I gotta make it through 7 minutes. I know how to wrestle, but making through that 7 minutes is probably the hardest thing for all the wrestlers too. And so I think just maintaining what I do. I got trust in the coaches. They'll put me through the right things, and so that's what we're gonna do for now.
What do you like to do off the mat?
What I like to do off the mat, I like to get dressed up. I like going to the mall. I like having that swag on me, and I like taking pictures. I like art. I like I don't know, like scenery. I like a lot of things. I like just like, but my main thing is I just like I just like wearing nice clothes and taking pictures and just like walking around at the mall. That's like all I do.
You like the LA Dodgers?
Nah, not really.
I see the hat. That's why I
Yeah,
saw that.
someone gifted that hat to me.
Okay.
But the Dodgers are cool.
But are you like growing up in Minnesota though? Do you have to be a Twins fan, Viking fan?
No, I'm not really fans of no teams. Like I like the Vikings, I like the Twins, but I'm not really a fan of like any teams out there. I like players.
What players do you look to for motivation outside of wrestling?
What players I like to for motivation outside of wrestling? LeBron. I like LeBron a lot. Just how he carries himself and how he's always adapted to younger cultures, and he's kept a great figure for a lot of outside athletes to look up to him for. I also like Odell Beckham in his sense. I like how he styles himself and he carries himself on the media and in person too. He's a cool dude. And who else? There's many people. I like Kelly Oubre. I like fashion people. So like I like looking at how they dress and how they present themselves to the media and in real life too. So there's many players that I like.
After you won in Carver Hawkeye Arena for your dual meet against the University of Iowa, a lot of people wanted autographs. You had fans coming up to you. How have you adapted to that? Because you've become a pretty popular star in wrestling.
I just remember back in the day, I used to love Iowa. Tom and Terry as coaches. I love Tom and Terry as coaches, and Morningstar also. I love the Iowa atmosphere. I think back in the day, I used to be a big Iowa fan. I wanted to go to Iowa first, and back when Brett Metcalf and Montel Marion and Telford were all on the teams and stuff, Matt McDonough, I used to go into the wrestling room before Folks Out Nationals and ask for autographs, and all of them would say yes. And I think I still have like a yellow Iowa shirt with all their signatures. And so just having them do that for me, it was kind of cool. And so nowadays I can reiterate my steps and do it for little kids that look up to me and think I'm a GOAT or whatever they want to call me on Instagram. So I mean, every kid is gonna be a star their own way, especially the ones that ask me for autographs, and hopefully some of them get big time too, and I can look back on and be like, let me get yours next.
Do you remember when you signed your first autograph?
No, I don't even remember. Probably. No, I don't remember. No clue.
What was it in high school though? Because you were getting popular in high school.
I think when I really started getting popular in high school was through sophomore year. That's probably when I really started. And wrestling is not like a mainstream sport, so like for me to have all those people like asking for pictures and stuff was kind of crazy, because we had great basketball players at Apple Valley like Trey and Tyus Jones, and Gary Trent came through there too. So I think for people to notice me while having a bunch of good basketball players and football players in Minnesota was kind of cool. But it probably started in senior year, junior year. It really kicked off junior year when I got that 10-second pin in the finals. And then when I got the backflip, that's when outside people started looking at me. And that's kind of when it changed forever, to be honest.
And then what's it like after a Minnesota duel? Do you kind of get mobbed?
Yeah, after Minnesota duels, I love it. I go back into a locker room for sometimes a long time on purpose, because coaches talk, and I wait for a lot of people to clear out. But for everybody that stays, I love like talking to them because people don't really get to see us. They see our personalities on the mat, but they don't really get to see who we are off the mat after duels. And so the people that stay, I love when they stay and talk to us. But after Minnesota duels, mainly it's a lot of people that come up, a lot of news reporters that talk. It's probably like 2 to 3 is duel, bunch of kids before the duel, because people, when we walk out the tunnel before our matches, we have to come out the locker room to the top, and people wait there. And I like to sign stuff right there. I think one time we dueled Penn State, and I had like 30 kids just waiting there, and I signed all of them before the duel, and I ran back. And so it's cool. I love it. It's nice that little kids look up to me and have their own sense of who I am.
There's another guy from Minnesota that is in WWE. His name's Chad Gable. His name was Chad Betts. So he's got the Gable angle. What are you going to do? Are you going to be Gable, or what's your angle going to be?
I just want to be Gable. Like, I just want to be Gable Steveson. I like how they took Brock Lesnar and made it a household name. And I want Gable Steveson to be just how Brock was, but in my own sense of style. And so at the end of the day, WWE is that all entertainment. They create their own characters, just like Roman Reigns and Triple H. And so what I want to be is, I want to be the one-of-one, the Gable Steveson. And so I think I can create my own personality with it and maintain a great storyline throughout the business.
Do you follow some of these other greats? Like Vern Gagne was a 2-time NCAA champ, was a pro wrestling legend.
Yeah.
Kurt Angle. Do you know who those guys are?
I know all of them. I know Vern. Kurt was a great one. He broke his neck in the Olympic final. That's crazy. And I mean, I pay attention to all of them. Shelton Benjamin. I watch them sometimes on TV. I just like to see how they carry themselves on the camera, because I know sometime in the next future it's gonna hit me too, and I gotta be able to play that role. And so I like watching them. My favorite right now is probably Roman Reigns. He's taking the WWE and SmackDown to the next level. So I think him and Paul Heyman as a duo is going to be great. And maybe me and Paul Heyman as a duo might be better.
Sounds like you got a lot of fun on the horizon. I appreciate this, and all the best in whatever path you choose.
Thank you for having me.